Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to all our listeners, wherever you are. My name is Stephen Matheson, and you are listening to the Third Umpires. I'll be shortly joined by our female umpire, Miss Simoya Sandiford. In the meanwhile, I want to say good evening to all those listening to us on radio, on your computer, your phones, wherever you are, on the way to your homes, in a bar, wherever you are. Good evening. And good evening to also the owners and managers of this radio station. Thanking them, of course, for giving us the opportunity to speaking to your lives, into your cars, into your wherever you are, on this very sunny evening after Carnival. And so yesterday we would have discussed a number of topics relative to Carnival, the end of Carnival results, and in the end I even touched on some geopolitics, some issues that are in fact affecting the world. Today will be no different. Today it will be just myself and Simoya, and certainly we will want to explore some issues that are in the newspaper. I see that the murders continue up to today. There was a murder somewhere in Port of Spain, and one somewhere in the southern area. So the murder seems to continue. Things are happening in Trinidad and Tobago, obviously, where the development and that kind of thing is concerned. But we are still faced with some issues relative to, indiscipline in society and that kind of thing. Right, and Simoya is here, so good evening, Simoya. Let me put you live one time. It's been a while since you've been here.
Good evening. Yes, it's been a while, but I'm here.
Right. I see like you put on some weight for Carnival. But anyway, I'll leave that for
Thank you very
those
much.
viewing you online.
Life is nice.
Yes, life is nice.
Life is very nice. I like your shirt.
Yeah, I don't know how you do have one.
But that's what I want to know. I'm watching the director here. I like Stephen's shirt.
Maybe you need to talk to the director.
Size medium, thanks.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
But good afternoon, everyone.
Yes. So I don't know if you got the opportunity. Well, Ronaldo is not here. Ronaldo is traveled after Carnival. So I will be on the show from now on, and I guess you would be here with us.
Yeah.
To talk about the issues that are in the know, that are in the news, and analyze it to give our position on it.
Right.
I was just saying, well, yesterday I discussed a lot about the Carnival, the normal controversy in Carnival, the things that would have happened relative to the judging, especially the judging.
That was a bacchanal by itself.
And the comments made by the Prime Minister, for which I totally endorse. And I saw some other prominent figures endorsing it too. Yeah. Because it made sense what she was saying. If I like Calypso so much, then why don't you all fund it? Why don't you all support it in the same way you support soca and that kind of thing? And to me that makes sense, right? The tents are empty while you complaining about who should win $1 million.
Censorship and so on.
But anyway, that being said, I also yesterday touched on a lot on the geopolitics, what is happening outside of Trinidad and Tobago, what's happening in Iran and Iraq and Ukraine in particular, and how those events will affect us or affects us in Trinidad and Tobago also ultimately. And there's another issue that I would want to touch a little bit today, at some point in time today, relative to that an alliance, right? A resource alliance that India, through India and Canada, will have formed with 12 other nations, and how that alliance will also affect, America is out of it as a matter of fact, and how it's going to affect Trinidad and Tobago, because everything, when I talk about geopolitics, when I talk about issues, things that happen in other parts of the world, I also always link it back to Trinidad and Tobago, and how it will affect Trinidad and Tobago. I also saw that the Prime Minister did say that she'll be attending the Caribbean Heads of Conference in St. Kitts and Nevis, and this will be the first time since she's been in office for the second time. So I'll wait to hear what the comments on that are.
Of course, because you know we already have a little issue with our Caribbean brothers and sisters.
But
I'll be honest about it. There's some tension because they feel a particular way with how we or our representative address the situation surrounding Venezuela.
Right, but you see what's happening. You saw what happened over the last week or so. The 3 strikes, 2 in the Pacific and 1 in the Caribbean.
Yes.
And one of them had to do with 3 St. Lucian citizens. Right? So I am awaiting to hear what St. Lucia have to say, or what joint statement will be made about relative to that. Because while America is still saying that these strikes are legal and that kind of thing,
I mean, evidence.
they will always say what everything is legal for them. Once it doesn't, once it's not they doing it. And to me, I find that is, you know, it supports the argument that most will, when we talk about America and its power and the fact that they are superpower, might is right. So, I mean, if it was somebody else, it would have certainly been wrong, right? But at the end of the day, this is happening. I'd like to hear what the public has to say about it. Of
course.
Certainly, and we have a lot to discuss. We'll be going for a break shortly, probably within the next 2 minutes. And when we come back, we will certainly want to talk about those issues and other issues that are in the know that are facing us. I saw an article, I think it was in the Express, that spoke about a particular ex-lounge in South. You know, I would want to hear what your comments on that is, what your comments on that, because that is not something new to Trinidad and Tobago, and that is part of the whole adult entertainment in Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, to a large extent, you would think that the Spanish is no longer here, but life goes on. And in fact, they are here still.
What kind of services are we really looking for? You know,
well, we will discuss all of that when we start to discuss that particular article.
Again, the question of morality will come up, you know. So we had over the carnival the whole situation with the toys, and there were people up in arms about it, although we know that carnival is very sexual in nature to some extent. So, you know, I'm interested to hear some of the comments when we have all sorts of branches of houses of affairs. I don't want to call the name. So, you know, on one hand, it seems like when it's spoken about openly, everybody has a public outcry, but you're finding your way in that area where it have hidden garages and so on. So I'm just trying to understand is the double-sidedness of the morality for me.
We are society with a lot of, we are very sexual society.
Yeah. To be honest, to have so many branches, that's not a grocery. Like, so why are we pretending that this is not happening only because it affects, you know, I'm just saying, just wondering.
Well, we have a lot of entertainment in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
Right, and some of those entertainments would be considered dark entertainment to some extent.
Yes.
So, but the thing is that who does it affect?
Exactly.
And is it affecting us in any significant way?
Yeah.
Is it to some way filling our space? Is it in any way that entertainment providing some kind of comfort to a particular sector of Trinidad and Tobago, or putting taxes on food on our tables in what way? And all of that, you know.
We'll discuss it when we come
back.
We'll
discuss it when we come back. Yeah.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
One night, infinite memories. On Thursday, February 19th, the legends and the future legends of Calypso meet on one stage at Napa. Showtime 7 p.m. sharp. Feel the power of Sugar Aloes and Gypsy, the energy of Sherwayne Winchester and Young Brother, the passion of Tazea O'Connor and Chuck Gordon. Get ready for Dwayne O'Connor, Devon Seal, Lady Adana, Ainsley King, Nicholas Lucas, Rondell Donald, Sheldon Reed, Lil Bits, Zachary Ransom, Anselm Douglas, and Terry Lyle. All backed by Oral Rodriguez and the Razor Sharp Band. Hosted by Sonny Bling and Damon Melville. Celebrating the legacy of Baron. The Baron. Admission just $200. Get your tickets now at the Trinity Shop in Trent City, C3 Mall in San Fernando, and Excellence City Mall. For more information, call 755-2915 or 723-4011. Get ready for Baron's Infinity Concert 2. One night, infinite memories.
Courtesy the Marshall Montano Foundation and the Ministry of Culture and Community Development.
Saturday, February 21st. The Saturday after Carnival. Release the Carnival Comedy Cool Down, featuring the Caribbean King of Comedy, Major Hype, and his friends.
Hey, what's up? This is your boy Major Hype, and guess what? It's all about the comedy show.
Come see Major Hype and Rhodey the Entertainer together on stage for one night only at the Southern Academy for the Performing Arts, SAPA, South Trinidad. Showtime 8 p.m.
Shout out to my Trinity people. Where my Trinity people at?
Hosted by Sonny Bling. Also featuring Benjai, Ziggy Ranking, Natty and Thunder, and Talpree. Get your drinks inclusive or general tickets at all cachet outlets, Deb's Barbershop, Poppy's Waterhole, Sapa Box Office, WAC Radio, and online at Island E-Tickets. For more information, call 762-0042. Saturday, 21st February. The Saturday after Carnival. Release the comedy show featuring the Caribbean King of Comedy, Major Hype.
Bring your queen, left your machine, and let we have a nice time now.
Don't miss it.
We gotta love Trinity people. I don't give a who you are. Trinity people is the happiest people in the world.
Brought to you by Cachet, Poppy's Waterhole, and High Frequency Entertainment.
Not everything has to change. At KFC, we don't change the flavor, we add more. Now, get our delicious Lent value meals so you can keep on crunching. Get a fish sandwich for $45 or fish fillet with one regular side, also $45. We give you more of the taste you love for Lent. So keep on crunching with KFC. Finger licking good.
Trinidad and Tobago. The Ministry of Culture and Community Development, Pan Trinbago, and the National Carnival Commission present Carnival Lagna, the night with the champions of Carnival. Steel Pan, Mass, Calypso, and more. Join us at 7 p.m. this Saturday, February 21st at the iconic Queen's Park Savannah, Port of Spain. Get ready for a night filled with electrifying performances and unforgettable moments. Come celebrate with the champions of Carnival in an unforgettable showcase. Tickets are only $300. Available at Pan Trinbago's head office, 55 Don Donald Street, Port of Spain, and Pan Trinbago's website, pantrinbago.co.tt, or watch virtually via pay-per-view. US $30. You don't want to miss this spectacular event. Showtime, 7 p.m. this Saturday. The champions of Carnival. Sponsored by the Ministry of Culture and Community Development, Pan Trinbago, the National Carnival Commission, the Tobago House of Assembly, Kenson Group, BPTT, National Flour Mills, Carib, Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Bank, and Eaton Restaurant.
Jump into savings at Furniture Plus. Enjoy up to 40% off in-store and online. Find amazing deals on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. Plus extra discounts on credit plans and free gifts with select purchases. Save more at Furniture Plus today.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life. My
man. I went by the ATM to get some cash and the machine saying insufficient funds. I sure I have money in my account.
Boy, that happened to me already. Here what to do. Make a report to your bank. But if you're still not satisfied with how they're dealing with it, contact the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman. Let me text you,
If you want to resolve a complaint with your bank, non-bank financial institution, or insurance company, contact the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman at 800-4FSO or visit www.ofso.org.tt. We can help, and our services are free.
After Carnival, TNT, the show you all been waiting for. Laugh till your belly busts. In partnership with Talk City 91.1 FM and TTT Limited, 28th of February at Napa, Port of Spain. Showtime, 8 p.m. sharp. Come see the funniest guys on the planet and the man who took social media by storm, Victor St. Louis, a.k.a. Pelp.
Yeah, nah, things so hard right now in Trinidad. You know a store in town, no fire, 2 mannequin.
All his funny friends. Kenneth Sipasa, the greatest story time teller ever. Shaquille, Louis Spiderman Antoine, Andrew Friday, The Saint.
Okay, me, you know, first it's so expensive. I went and priced a plate there. You know, they're telling me $10,000 for a plate. I say, oh, there are no sauces.
Paniska is back.
Stop it, honey. Don't bring out the dog in me, you know. I better scrape you.
Get those tickets now. Ronnie and Caro, Mascap, Maraval Road, Port of Spain, Bruce Bar, St. Augustine, and IslandEtickets.com. For ticket hotlines, call 278-5892, 316-0814, 382-9986. Laugh till your belly bust.
Welcome to Reggae Brunch Tobago. Sunday, 22nd February, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Vibes Event Space, featuring the best in old school dancehall and conscious reggae music. Reggae Brunch Tobago. Dress floral for the food inclusive. Bring your coolers event you do not want to miss. With breakfast, lunch, snacks, and for dessert, one of the sweetest voices in TNT. Reggae Brunch Tobago, welcome, Jean Melody. Jean Melody. Tickets available exclusively at Cache Nationwide, La Cantina Crown Point, Nejon's Bar on the Esplanade Scarborough, Queens 300 and Kings 350. Powered by 420 The Rebel, Campari, and Reggae on the Radio.
It's a whole lot of flavor wrapped up in a twist. Some of them try to rap, but they don't rap like this. With crispy KFC tenders and lettuce and carrots and shredded tortilla embedded, perfect wherever you headed. Dripping with that creamy mayo and that mambo sauce. Let me tell them one more time to get my point across. It's a craveable, crunchable, movable, functional, flavorful meal that your taste buds must endorse. KFC, crunch twist, crunch twist. None of them, they don't make them like this.
Introducing KFC's Crunch Twist, a flavorful wrap with a delicious difference for just $29.95. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yes, callers and listeners, and today we invited to call us and engage us because as usual we would probably put something out on the table and you can discuss it briefly, and then you can probably share in or chime in with your comments and your thoughts on the issues. So I was just we just had a little debate in the studio here. And the first thing we would want to discuss is what some would call censorship in the carnival and censorship in Calypso. I would say alleged censorship in Calypso because I haven't seen any evidence that there may be attempts to censor the art form in any significant way. I haven't seen anything more different than what exists or what has been happening for years. So I can't say that there is any real censorship. Maybe you can help us in analyzing that, but what is your position on that?
You know, to be honest, well, I would agree with you to some extent to say that there is no You can't really come out and say everything said towards this is an allegation, right? Or people's thoughts and opinions, which they are entitled to.
Well, there was the artist that was on stage in the Monarch, and halfway through it, I think his mic went mute.
And the mic went.
I did.
I don't know if the mic. I don't think it's the mic. It's the station that the sound just dropped.
Right. So I don't know what impact that would have had on the judging, but that
no, I mean they were hearing it fine.
That would have been a technical issue. But
yeah, that's on the broadcasting station.
Oh, right. So it's just the broadcasting.
So it's the broadcasting that was the issue.
In terms of he
was able to be heard. The music, everything was fine at the venue.
So, but there, as a result of that and other things, even from Sando, there was a lot of complaint that some of the songs that sang like or sounded like
political
or against the government,
was not taken.
They weren't considered as songs that would make it to the big yard. The problem with that is that I can't say that, as I was saying yesterday, I can't say that had anything to do with the government. Remember, you had judges, about a good few of them, 5 or 10 of them judging this whole thing. And they would have a score sheet, they would have a rubric. And unless, of course, you had a small score for political songs, and that would automatically, even if you score at the top of it, it would automatically put you at a disadvantage. Then I would say the scoring might have been systematically designed to weed out political songs. I'm saying I don't know what it entails. I'm just saying that could be part of the argument. But outside of that, I don't see how you could even say government.
Well, we know it's easy to blame the government, and I want to be careful how I'm saying this. We have to admit that it did look different this year. The March Gras, when you watch
you didn't hear the cuckoos and the arrows.
Those kind of people, we are accustomed to hearing political commentary. To me, that is the heartbeat of the calypso. And just saying, just from observation, most, or at least the first few calypsos had more inspirational takes, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we like the little tankalang, we like that little thing. So that was missing, and it probably seemed as though it was a safer route to take.
Did you listen to the session down south?
Yes. Yes, I listened to it.
And you say it had a lot of, let's take this call. I see someone calling here. Good evening, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Matterson, and good afternoon, Simoya, as well as the listener.
Yeah.
You know, there is a reason why, even in the face of not enough evidence, persons will come to a conclusion that maybe it might be government interference. And that reason, because history shows us, it may not necessarily be in this category of calypso, but history have shown us that politicians, when they are in positions of power, meaning governance, right, they tend to have their tentacles in all type of different things other than what people put them there for. So if the governments, all governments that is, had a history of not interfering in certain matters, it wouldn't have been so easy to believe, right, that it is just merely some technical glitch or some technical mishap. But because of the evidence of history, that is where the ease comes in terms of why many persons might be convinced it had government interference.
But let me ask you something, caller. Caller, who's the biggest funder of Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago? Well, let's deal with this year. Who was the biggest funder? Who extended the most funds for Carnival this year?
The state.
Right, the state. And why the state would put so much money in Carnival and then try to derail it?
It have all different reasons that the actions of persons is amount of madness, Mr. Matterson. We have countless examples, but what I'm saying is, right, regardless of what government is there, though they have their policies or might have personal agendas or biases, they would more or less be mandated to engage in certain activities. They have the power either to increase their input or decrease it, as we have seen on numerous occasions. But for me to really try to understand why politicians do some of the things they do, we mightn't get to the end of that so quickly. But as I say, you see them engaging in all kind of nonsense that mightn't make sense to you and I.
Right.
They would be fully aware of what they're up to, because as I say, it have numerous occasions where we could see persons, yes, they're doing good things, you know, but it just might be to try to preserve an image while they're doing.
But would you agree? Would you agree also that this year, for the first time, Carnival was very, 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 very well organized?
What, Stephen?
I can't say. I can't give a judgment.
Especially when you look at what happened in the Savannah with Flavor and all that kind of thing.
Oh well, I mean, Flavor was a plus based on what I've been hearing about it. But I say I myself haven't really engaged in Carnival to give a proper rating. I haven't been engaging in Carnival for a little while to give a proper rating. But I will accept the contributions of whoever participated and take that. But as I say, from my perspective, I can't really rate if it was a success or a failure, because I wouldn't have anything to go on more than many, many years before when I used to participate in the Carnival thing. But yeah, my thing might more be reggae show and them kind of thing, because you see these set of fight and stabbing and them kind of thing with some actors. You ain't go see that in a reggae show. You understand? I hear the commissioner say it didn't know Carnival involve incidents, but a man gets stabbed up in the Carnival and lost his life. I don't know what he tying that to, if not the Carnival, but I love to listen.
Thank you.
But Simoya, you just said that. You just said what? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you were seeing something different from what I saw. No, but what do you think personally about in terms of how Carnival was organized? I mean,
I think it looked different. I can't say that it looked like other years. No, I'm not a Carnival extraordinaire.
So, yeah, we come like the wrong set of people to be discussing this.
I mean, but it's still important from the perspective of somebody who is not into Carnival.
Yeah.
First of all, the ordering of the Dimash, I can go back to that because that's what I looked at. Usually you would see I think it's the Kings and Queens is be first and then the Calypso. They put the Calypso in the middle, right? Maybe they just wanted something new, but I think people kind of like it the way it was. I don't know, maybe me, but I am just only for the Calypso. I'm not a mass person at all. The Flavor was good. Flavor was a good thing. What I saw good as well. Having the free concerts for persons who probably like to watch it on TV or they don't have the money to put out for that kind of fete. It was nice. It was a very nice gesture to say thank you to the citizens who support those soca artists, especially during the period.
And my thing, if you listen to what I had to say yesterday, and that's exactly where I want to go. The thing is, if we so love soca, the people who make all the money in Carnival, apart from the promoters and thing, because they make the most money, but be the soca artists and thing, who singing in fetes and that kind of thing, they make some money too, right? And the big ones like the Bungees and the Marshall and thing, they make the millions.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what is the difference between them and the people who sing in Calypso?
Yeah, because Calypso only you really hear about that during the Carnival period.
But what I'm saying is, if we having a problem with the government and censorship, why don't all these Calypsonians come together and privatize the Calypso and do the same thing the soca artists doing?
That is a very good thing.
So you have no need to say government sponsor. You sing what you want. It's a free country.
That is a very good point. And to that I would say yes, absolutely. I don't really have an answer for that, but I don't think the people, the Calypsonian or the Calypso sponsors' pockets are as deep as...
It had nothing to do with that.
I don't know.
Listen, you know how Calypso strive? Through tents. Listen to what the Prime Minister said.
Yeah, she said about the tents. The tents.
They're even full of tent. But you're
So that
complaining
mean-
about sponsorship. So why you don't support your own thing? If all you love it so much, go to the tent.
I can't fight on that.
No,
I can't
serious,
fight on that. I can't fight on that. That's true.
It's logical.
That's true.
If you love
But
it
it's
so much,
still
go
parts-
to the tent. Go and listen to it. Because if I want to go and listen to Calypso and listen to, well, the jokers and that kind of thing, and the Kixie Calypso and thing, I go to the tent.
But okay, this is just me because I don't really know about the whole tent situation.
Yeah,
I really didn't know.
kidding. No, but what I'm saying is, we arguing about the wrong set of thing. I mean, we had this discussion yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's like a storm in a teacup. Every single year, we had the same argument. Doesn't matter who government in office.
Do you? Well, then, to me, if I don't know that it have tents, there are lots of people who probably don't know that it have tents.
If you see how much people, old people, children, young people, everybody was in flavor. Listening to them saying people.
Wow.
So it means you had no problem and the government supported it.
Yeah.
Because that mechanism, that venue was there for Calypsonians to go and sing and earn a living too. And they could sing whatever they want. Plus you could go in your tent and you could make your money.
And you don't feel at all there's any...
My thing is, to get away from that argument, that age-old argument, we need to privatize that aspect of carnival, just like you privatize all the soca fets. Stop spending that kind of millions of dollars on prize money for the best soca, the best Calypsonian and that kind of thing, Mardi Gras and that kind of thing. Forget about that. That's my... You save yourself some millions. And put it in another way that will assist these Calypsonians and that kind of thing.
But that is the way
Rather
for
than
them
moving
to
it
make
away
money.
from the competition. Yeah, but design
Once a
something
year.
else. Design something else. Even if you want to assist putting some money in the tents or whatever, move away from that competition thing. Because too many people talking about government had the thumb on the scale and government this. That doesn't make sense. That's just my opinion.
We're taking the call.
Let me take a call. Good evening, caller. Caller, good evening. Caller, you're live.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, well, the third people, the two of you, and the listeners. I just heard you were speaking about tents. The tents are no more. They are dead. So that is probably why. And I agree with you, Madison. The Calypsonians themselves have a right to boost their economy. And if you notice, long ago, it used to be who was that? Martinez, the people who own Spectacular and things. Weren't they private?
Yeah.
Weren't they private?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. But where are you don't have people who are interested in Calypso to have the tents to open? It has nothing to open the tents. Like you, if you are a Calypso man, you Madison and whoever, your friend, whoever. Why can't you open a tent? But the thing about this, nobody will go because it is not Calypso. Is not Calypso of yesteryear. Calypso, you will see it. The only time you see the Calypso is in the, as you say, competition.
Right.
They have in the
in
Skinner Park.
So if the government is supporting it at that level to keep it alive, then why complain about sponsorship, about censorship?
No. I'm talking about...
No, not you. I'm talking about the public who continually talk about censorship and that kind of thing. I haven't seen any evidence of that, but you know, I don't know.
But this kind of, but even besides the government, why can't you, a mattress not a man, regardless if it's a carpenter or whatever you are, and your friends and whoever, whatever, feel to open a tent. But my thing is, you remember that's why it happened in the tent, less and less. You used to have 2 people the other day in the tent, the few remain in tents. You used to have 2 people in the tent, which is the few people in our day. Remember, tent was where you go to listen to. If it's one time, carnival time, tents are full. Even Merrick Williams used to go and sit down and listen to
Agreed.
Bar talking him in a tent. Right? Right? I have pictures, everybody know it from, and that is the great Eric Williams from long time days, and so it went on. Everybody used to, a tent was a main part of the carnival season. But, and don't you think, well, why you have to tell people, like tell the privatized people to tell, if you want to sell corn curls or whatever you want to sell an American thing, you have to ask you to see if it's on the market, if it's liked, if you do your homework and see what they like and what they like and sell the suit.
Correct.
So so people are probably not interested. I don't know. I don't, and I blame the Calypsonians themselves because they're just doing nothing.
Right. So I mean, maybe the organizers, the judges, and thing may want to probably consider crowd response as one of the things on the rubric. And
I think
like,
that's one of the
like when you go to Skinner Park.
Yeah, I think that's one of the criteria. Crowd response.
I would hope so.
That is on Skinner Park at once. Skinner Park at once, and they have the 2 people who always judge whoever there, and that is once. I'm talking about people who believe in the carnival season and the carnival economy, the Calypso economy, and financial business. People, judges are being paid to sit down and judge. I don't know, but I'm talking about the Calypsonians. Where are the Calypsonians?
You see, I think what killing that whole aspect of the carnival is the competition.
Yeah. Every year we have bacchanal with who is fighting down and who is fighting down. It's no longer about the art form.
Well, clearly, as we would all agree, that Calypso seems to be dying, right? And long ago when you had Sparrow and Kitchener and all them other artists who were singing, that was in them days. They didn't have no Bungie and they didn't have no Marshall.
So the soca wasn't as...
It wasn't that kind of soca. Well, Shorty came and changed that to some extent. But what I'm saying is, in those days, that was all you had to listen to. That was all that... But Carnival is evolving. And things are changing. Right? The majority of people want to hear the soca. And they go into fets. They skipping and swinging to the beat of
that's true,
the
because
soca.
Carnival is
so why
that...
They don't sing? But
go ahead.
But they could sing and swing with soca and calypso.
I agree with you. But I agree with you.
I mean, no one is stopping the soca people. But the same way the soca, according to you, are doing it, right? You remember Justice has taken over. But still, the calypso should have been more vibrant and more, even though, as people say, dying or dead or whatever it is, it should have not calypso. Calypso is part and parcel of carnival and the soca to an order, and the kind of way it's being treated. And I find it's by its own people. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I mean? So why you can't like calypso and soca? I don't like really soca. I don't know much about the soca business.
No, but the argument here is that what the controversy is, the monarch, the people who sing in calypso in competition, to a large extent they are complaining that there seems to be some kind of attempt to censor the carnival or censor the calypso by the fact that the people who sing certain kind of songs, they are not winning, they are not being elevated to the top. They are not winning competitions and that kind of thing. And some would say it has to do with the judging. Some would say, in my view, is that's a critique of the judging. Some would say it has to do with the fact that the government is funding it and they are saying who to pick and who not to pick and what kind of songs to pick and what, that kind of thing. Some are saying that. And I am saying that the way to deal with that, the kryptonite for that, is to remove the competition.
Excuse me, but since Eric William days to now, it has always been tit for tat in calypsos. This one bad talking, that one, because they speak. A calypso is really the voice of the people. What the people say, what tongues say. That was the meaning of calypso, is what tongues say. If you have controversy, they sing about it. Look at Crow all his life. Look at Watchman. They always sing against, whether it's whatever, corruption in CXC, corruption, what in the government, and of course those are topical things. I don't know why people saying what the government and that way of singing calypso has been always there.
Yeah, but
just think of Crow.
Yeah, but
always.
That's not the point. I think you're missing the point. What we're saying is that we know that, we understand that, and that is true. What you're saying is true, and in fact, it has always had controversy. The problem is, people seem to be saying that in this instance, the government has probably a hand in it in making a decision not to make anybody who would have sung songs that were put against the politics or the politicians or the government to win the festival. And what we're saying is that while that may have been an argument, and it is something you perennially hear about every year, every carnival, how do we solve that?
Solve what? Just let it ride and people will talk. What are you solving? I mean, you have to solve it without, you are saying no, don't have competitions?
But I'm asking that.
That's how we're solving it?
I'm asking that.
So what the competition have? I don't know. I want my money.
All right.
If I'm a calypso and I sing it and I getting out $1 million, okay.
All right,
but I'm talking about let the people talk.
Let me take our next call.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Yeah. The problem is, I don't know if you call her understood what the argument or the ethos of the argument was.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, she was expressing her position.
Yeah, let me take Mr. President. Mr. President, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Stephen, and good evening, Miss Singmola.
Good evening.
Yeah, well, and good evening, Gordon. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. I hear you were changing the topic, but the topic's so nice, it's still right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I listened to one or two, like even the lady now, they talk there, and everybody have a good little viewpoint about this thing, because at least we know what it is about. And I keep on saying, right through. And it's not now I saying that. I say that all on 91.1 when they're having Kaiso program and all kind of thing, that you have a branch of culture. As long as you have a branching off of culture, you have to weigh the two. And it need weighing, because you're seeing directly where the soca going. You see that is a money making, definitely. Don't care how you try to put it, the generation of today, they like that soca thing.
But you know when Carnival was in all its glory in the 60s and 70s, it was the same thing. You had Gina and Dinah, you had all them thing, what we might call soca thing, but people from all over the world was coming to Trinidad to hear the same thing.
No, but you see where you jump in there, because Gina and Dinah wasn't soca.
Well, you see, it was calypso.
And Gina and Dinah in those days, it didn't have soca.
Right, so, and this is what we saying.
So now, what we saying here is that the soca now take over the thought of what we take over from the mother of the situation, according to my brother. Take over, and in taking over, once something take over, it will slow down what it take over from. So let us understand the psychology of things here.
Is it still not our culture? The soca, is it still not our culture for carnival?
The soca?
Yeah.
No, you're making specifics here because you're asking if the soca is our culture.
No.
And it is. Because it's branch off, it is what we create out of what was originally the calypso. Is calypso our culture?
It was, so is that derivative of what we know as our originally a cultural thing?
Exactly. And in so doing, since it now is a derivative, you're finding that it's having its own pathway down the road, while it's having that pathway, and the Kaiso not meeting up to the pathway that happened. The Kaiso now, in your case, could be dropping. Yes, it could be dropping. But how to bring it back is in putting it in a category that it could have a derivative of it. You have to divide them. I keep on telling people that a long time. I'm saying it's truth that it make up part of the carnival. It could walk into the carnival by somewhere, but it still has to be in a different competitive level to the soca because there are two different derivatives according to the world. So it's time now that we take that Kaiso and give that Kaiso an upliftment in a different category. It needs uplifting. It's not that it's going to dead. It can't dead because we like Pekong. The lady said earlier on, she likes the king.
And the place, the forum for that really will be the tents.
All right, but the tent of itself now, let me go to something that we know. The tent of itself, when you're singing in tent, things that it come like the parliament, things that singing in the tents cannot come out in the road. So since it cannot come out in the road, now you're finding that, and also, that a lot of people, and even from long time, don't really go tent. They listen to Kaisos when they come out the road or whatever they hear and what they got.
And you know why? You know why they don't go. You know why a lot of people, the people who have the money, don't go to the tents. I remember I had a boss long time. He was East Indian, and he said, "Listen, I don't go to the tent because I feel every time I go to the tent, I
don't feel like putting it and then in speaker segment here, because it's back in.
Just now, let me finish what I'm saying. He said, I don't go to the tent because every time I go to the tent, I feel disrespected by some of these Calypsonians who sing things against me and people like me. He said that to me.
But, you see that where you now putting it? I will tell you, I don't like it. Why I don't like it? There is a stigma between African and Indian in this country that originally Indian, let me talk simply, there is many reasons, there are many aspects where Indians do not participate in African things. Right now we have in carnival and they get a privilege this year according to you.
So carnival is an African thing, you're saying? Carnival is an African thing, you're saying?
If carnival is an African thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the days when all the bacchanal that bring forth carnival, the drums, the everything, they come from. And to who say these things, and then when we talking about Pan and Indians say they want to be they want a who saying it. We have different. Why are we so hypocritical and deceitful with ourselves? To the facts that we see in our culture, yes, I just get vexed with deception and with deceitful, with double tongue, with double standard stupidness. Because first the truth of what we live in, first the truth of what, and then we will see the truth of how to deal with it.
Mr. President, we going
fast.
We going
call
fast.
us back on the next time.
Yeah, we going
fast. Definitely, we have to continue this.
We have to continue this discussion.
We have to continue.
All right, okay.
Thanks, Mr. Prezi.
All right, go ahead.
But the thing is, I mean, it's real. The thing is, there are people who genuinely say
that they are uncomfortable,
uncomfortable
with that. And to me, I feel like that may be how UNC
while we
would
understand
feel.
it's part of our art form, some of them guys, I don't want to say the cuckoo, but they say something that sometimes like the tone left, they didn't understand how it interfered with.
Now there we go.
But
when we come back.
When we come back.
This meal tip is being brought to you by Royal Castle. Our culture, our taste.
Lent is here, and the castle is making fasting easy and tasty. Come enjoy any of our 5 delicious fish options. All made with a fresh catch, seasoned local style, and cooked to golden perfection. Try the fish meal. 2 slices of fish with a side. The fish combo. 2 slices of fish, 1 side, and a drink. Maybe the fish sandwich combo of 1 sandwich, a side, and a drink. Want more fish? Well, the Royal Fish Meal is for you. Enjoy a slice of fish, a fish sandwich with a side and a drink. Or maybe you just want our famous fish sandwich. The delicious Lenten specials are hot and waiting for you at your nearest Royal Castle.
Here's a tasty meal tip from Royal Castle. Sometimes you just feel like eating a nice sandwich, right? The sensation of biting into a soft bun with the crunch of fresh lettuce and the taste of tomatoes along with the added condiments, all a treat to your taste buds. At Royal Castle, our sandwiches are a hit. Try the center breast chicken and flying fish sandwiches, the wholesome veggie burger, and at selected locations you can also get the grilled salad or grilled sandwiches. So when you get the craving, remember that the Castle has some delicious sandwiches. Ask for them in a combo too with your favorite side and a drink. Royal Castle, our culture, our taste.
Lent is here, and the castle is making fasting easy and tasty. Come enjoy any of our 5 delicious fish options. All made with a fresh catch, seasoned local style, and cooked to golden perfection. Try the fish meal. 2 slices of fish with a side. The fish combo. 2 slices of fish, 1 side, and a drink. Maybe the fish sandwich combo of 1 sandwich, a side, and a drink. Want more fish? Well, the Royal Fish Meal is for you. Enjoy a slice of fish, a fish sandwich with a side and a drink. Or maybe you just want our famous fish sandwich. The delicious Lenten specials are hot and waiting for you at your nearest Royal Castle.
That tip was brought to you by Royal Castle. Our culture, our taste.
We are back. We are back, and while we were on the
break,
we were having a very lively discussion relative to censorship and whether or not we feel.
Prezi, call him back.
He call him back. Let's take this call. Yeah, caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Beautiful discussion, man.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Here now, every year, as they say, this conversation will go on. But let's be realistic. Years ago, even before we were born, we had Calypsonians singing about issues in the country, singing about corruption, singing about the prime minister, singing about the president. That went on for years. I remember Eric Williams, one of Eric Williams' real rival Calypsonian was the mighty Chogas. When you hear it all shows that Dr. Eric Williams went to where Chogas sang,
and he turned off
his hearing aid out of his ears.
Wow.
And when Chogas finished singing, he put it back in.
Wow.
But he didn't censor Chogas and all the others who were singing about him. They call him deaf, they call him blind. And we know that Eric Williams ruled his country more than any other prime minister. But he took all the pecan, he took all the, you're blind, you're deaf, you can't see. He was in power for all them years. But he never censored any Calypso or any Calypsonian.
So what
Some
would
years
you
ago,
say? What would you do? You feel that there was censorship in the calypso in terms of because my co-host here is saying that it appears as though something was amiss, or afoot with respect to the fact that so many songs were sung that was anti-government, but none of them ended up, you know, in the run-ins. What are your take on that?
It appears so. It appears so, in the sense that the only calypso that ended up in the final that was really anti-government was the what the guy named Helen Francis. Now nobody don't know what Helen Francis was coming with. Nobody never heard the song.
Yeah.
Nobody never heard the song until the night.
We didn't have a choice. That's the thing. We didn't have a choice.
Right, because he defended the crown. So no, he didn't sing in Skinner Park, so nobody heard it. So it's funny now that he is singing on stage in the finals, and he mentions the government radar and banning some of the lyrics of the calypso. Pop, the thing mute on TDT. Nothing at all. And as soon as he comes off the stage, now he was allowed to finish saying, but people who was looking at TTT, who probably didn't have the money to attend the show, who was really depending on TTT to listen to calypsos, they were treated unfairly with that. Now, TTT is saying it's a technical problem they had. But, you know, the wider public will tend to disagree because none of the other calypsonians it happened
was
to.
impacted, yeah.
And as soon as he finished saying, it just came back.
Right. So people will look at this idea, guys. Look at this. IWER George. Some years ago, IWER George sang a song, Bottom in You. He met an Indian woman. Yeah, Bottom in You.
Bottom in the road. It was banned. Satmaraj getting to the fan, say, you see that? You see, no. And that song was banned. So it gives the impression that as though, I don't want to think, but it's something like people are very thin-skinned. I remember Trogdus telling us to be for Carl in the country, bringing Kepalani. That was against the leader at that time. So what I'm saying, umpires, these things have been going on for years. For years. All the Calypsonians that came in the finals, none of those songs were against the government. None. Absolutely none. No, people will say Karen Ashe sang against the government. But listen to, no, she sang a song, When We Win, Everybody Win. But she is saying, though that is true, when we win, everybody win. But the things that she is saying, now look at the things she is saying. She is talking about crime. She is talking about unemployment. And she is saying that once people continue to kill one another, and once these things start going on or continue to happen, nobody wins. Nobody wins. No, that is not against the government. That is against us and the youths and those who run in the gun trade and so on. So while she is agreeing with the government, when we win, everybody wins. But if you continue to kill one another down and rob people and rape and kidnap and home invasion, nobody wins. That is not against the government. So people say, no, look, Karen, I'll sing a song. People have to listen, umpires. People have to listen attentively. Instead of passing judgment and stuff like that. So my view to end discussion.
My thing with those competition is that it's not one person judging the competition.
No.
And those judges will either have some kind of score sheet with some rubric,
have a rubric
as in relation to how what to judge on and you know, that kind of thing. So I know I'll be naive to say it still can happen, because maybe you could have a policy as to what you're looking for, what you're not looking for, and that kind of thing. But I think that would have to be a real obvious thing. But
but it just look
the optics of it looks like something else happened there.
Yeah, it's looking awkward that all these songs that were chosen, none of them were political. Absolutely none. None was against the government. None was come on. You will question that, Mr. Umpire. You will question it after seeing
Yes, that is what I was getting
this
at.
was happening, and then this particular year, nothing. You will ask questions. You will ask questions. Mr. Watchman sang a song when Mr. Anna Robinson was in power. These boots were made for walking, but you could use the boots to do something else, which we understand what he meant by that. Nobody wasn't censored because this is the culture of the calypso.
Yeah.
And you all have a blessed evening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
While we wait on the next call, go ahead.
Yeah, let's take this next caller. He's been on the line for a while. Good evening, caller. Caller.
Yes, and a pleasant good afternoon to the panel there and to Trinidad and Tobago.
Good afternoon.
Now, well, if I find if this thing was censored, right? If they say it wasn't censored, TTT say they had a technical problem. Why they just play it back? Right? Let the public hear.
What the calypso? Yeah.
Yeah. So to solve all the things that people are the allegations and so on, people have it in their mind, right? So because look at I remember George Chambers. They say he was Duncy. Is that a whole song about that? Yeah, they say Chambers Duncy.
No, they was really saying he done. They was really saying he done see what was in the country, though. So that's kind of double answer,
right? But we know what they really mean, what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
Right? That he couldn't run the country because he done see. Right? But but everybody know what it was trying to say, right? Right? Nothing wasn't censored or anything like that. No, Chambers didn't take anybody to court or nothing like that. But the whole thing about this thing I'm telling you about, this administration cannot take talks. I was saying that from a long time. Look at the history. They're giving people left, right, and center when they're out of office. And as soon as you give them something, people getting locked up. Is who getting censored. Right? So people must speculate as that incident happened. People speculating and they saying, well, yeah, nah, something had to be wrong here. Because as the man was singing the thing and they're coming to the two sides, just censor just so. Right? So that is my take on it, you know. But I always say that this administration cannot take. They love to give, but they cannot take. Right? Thank you very much for allowing me to continue.
Thank you, caller. Now, I find that they have some very, very creative, all those calypsonians that we talk about, Kokro and Arabic,
they were
very highly
brilliant.
creative.
And this is my concern, that you didn't get to see that opportunity for creativity in the calypso. To me, the fact that everybody went down a more, I don't know if to say religious road, there's nothing wrong with that, but what people really came for was to hear how they would turn the news of the day into something that people would be interested in.
This is it, because if that's the ethos of the whole calypso thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the bedrock of how we do it.
Kaiso tell a story of, what's going on in society at the point in time. So and to a large extent, those calypsonians of the years, they represented that holistically. Good evening, caller.
Yeah, good evening, Umpire Matheson. Officiating in the song from our favorite female umpires, standing tall at square leg. All right. Very, this is a very interesting topic. Right? Now, let me start first with this incident that people, I do not believe that song was censored. Now, I didn't see it, and I didn't watch the show. But hearing what is reported, we because I believe that was really a technical glitch, because I have seen many political meetings on my TV. I get cut off just so, and then they'll come back. And I believe with the technology now, right, that that there could be what they call breakdowns or whatever in the system or whatever it is. So I do not believe that it was a purposeful kind of acting, as people want to put it, right? Because in the old days, when a Caribbean had to sing a song that was censored by the state, right? And then we had 2 radio stations, Radio Trinidad and 610 Radio, talking about it, and TTT. They will say before, even in the competition at the Savannah, they will say, look, we can't hear this song. I remember Shorty, the Shorty with the Art of Love Making. I was a little boy, listened to radio, and they had to Shorty sang in the Savannah, but it couldn't be played on the air, couldn't be live on the air, right?
But this was not a case like that, though. Huh? This was not. I don't think, because TTT said that it was a.
They said it was a issue there, technical issue.
Technical issue.
That's what I'm saying.
I think show it back, show it over.
I am saying that I do not believe it was no censorship there. It was some technical problem. It just happened that the Caisonian, somebody was fall victim sometimes in a situation, and he was the unlucky performer at the time to have his tune, right? I'm not cut short, right? But we have a history of censorship. True censorship. I remember there was a group named Milo and the Kings from the Bahamas, and this song has song Archie. I don't know if you heard that tune, if you know that tune, Mr. Matheson.
No, I don't.
And Archie was banned by only big bamboo. I was a little boy, and those up to now you don't hear them tunes over the radio. Up to now you're not hearing that. Same as we don't hear the Art of Love Making by Shorty. Right? We used to have a pure censorship. For Easter, like now, you couldn't play a calypso from Ash Wednesday until what they call St. Joseph Day. And that was more for religious thing. No calypso couldn't play over the airwaves.
Yeah, right? I remember that.
Calypso would play St. Joseph Day, and then the next time we had calypso, Gloria Saturday, well, after Easter in between. And those days, it doesn't have soca yet, right? But going back to the to calypso dance, they were very skillful with the double attack. So they had a way of saying something with a double meaning. That's how the word double attack came into existence, right? So these guys had that talent to do that. But in 1995 and beyond, when hardcore political calypsos came in, because remember we had a change in the ethnic composition of the government at that time.
Yeah.
Calypso started saying openly on it, right? And that is very confusing. That is why you were saying your boss saying he ain't going to no tent because he feels disrespected, and a lot of people felt so at the time, right? And all this again is stemming from, I don't want to use the word derivative, but stemming from the plural society, right? Because we have to understand that because of the evenness of the population in terms of ethnic groupings, those the 2 major ethnic groupings, you have to be very careful what you say or do. And people were not grown, we were not grown or socialized living in a plural society, right? And the academics from that time till now, they never studied nothing in Trinidad. Why? What to move away from this plural society dogma, right? So we have to understand all these things. But what we could do, we have to monitor next year and see what will happen, right? And then if there is empirical evidence, well, then you could say, well, so and so. But I am not blaming the TTT for this year for any censorship, right? Because people must make statements on empirical evidence. You just have to, and that's why we don't know it, and that's why they call talk show in Trinidad, right? Because everybody, without no empirical evidence, the people saying anything.
Yeah.
Like a man telling me the other day, I should, if I want Phil Simmons to get an award, what I do think, right? principal is a man who I must talk about him because he is the only Trinidadian dead or alive who took on soca. I can talk about soca now. That man took soca against all.
So caller, we're coming up to the top of the hour. We're going for a break now. When at the end of the show, we could and to all those who are calling us also, we will entertain you at the top of the other hour.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Right? Yeah. We go for a break.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Boy, I got in an accident a while ago. I was in traffic and my car get bunks from behind.
Well, then they're wrong.
Yeah.
Well, the insurance company go fix it up.
Fix up? Huh. I make my claim the next day. And up to now, I can't hear from the insurance company. I need my car fixed.
Look, you better go to the Financial Services Ombudsman. I'm sure they can help.
Yeah, I'm going to check them now.
To resolve a complaint with your insurance company, bank, or non-bank financial institution, contact the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman at 800-4FSO or visit www.ofso.org.tt. We can help, and our services are free.
One night, infinite memories. On Thursday, February 19th, the legends and the future legends of Calypso meet on one stage at Napa. Showtime 7 p.m. sharp. Feel the power of Sugar Aloes and Gypsy, the energy of Sherwayne Winchester and Young Brother, the passion of Tazea O'Connor and Chuck Gordon. Get ready for Dwayne O'Connor, Devon Seal, Lady Adana, Ainsley King, Nicholas Lucas, Rondell Donald, Sheldon Reed, Lil Bits, Zachary Ransom, Anselm Douglas, and Terry Lyle. All backed by Oral Rodriguez and the Razor Sharp Band. Hosted by Sonny Blake and Damon Melville. Celebrating the legacy of Barrett. The Barrett. Admission just $200. Get your tickets now at the Trinity Shop in Trent City, C3 Mall in San Fernando, and Excellence City Mall. For more information, call 755-2915 or 723-4011. Get ready for Barron's Infinity Concert 2. One night, infinite memories.
Courtesy the Marshall Montano Foundation and the Ministry of Culture and Community Development. Not everything has to change. At KFC, we don't change the flavor, we add more. Now, get our delicious Lent value meals so you can keep on crunching. Get a fish sandwich for $45 or fish fillet with one regular side, also $45. We give you more of the taste you love for Lent. So keep on crunching with KFC. Finger licking good.
Trinidad and Tobago. The Ministry of Culture and Community Development, Pan Tobago, and the National Carnival Commission present Carnival Lagna, the night with the champions of Carnival. Steel Pan, Mas, Calypso, and more. Join us at 7 p.m. this Saturday, February 21st at the iconic Queen's Park Savannah, Port of Spain. Get ready for a night filled with electrifying performances and unforgettable moments. Come celebrate with the champions of Carnival in an unforgettable showcase. Tickets are only $300. Available at Pan Tobago's head office, 55 Don Donald Street, Port of Spain, and Pan Tobago's website, pantobago.co.tt, or watch virtually via pay-per-view. US $30. You don't want to miss this spectacular event. Showtime, 7 p.m. this Saturday. The champions of Carnival. Sponsored by the Ministry of Culture and Community Development, Pan Tobago, the National Carnival Commission, the Tobago House of Assembly, Kenson Group, BPTT, National Flour Mills, Carib, Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Bank, and Eaton Restaurant.
After Carnival, TNT, the show you all been waiting for. Laugh till your belly bust. In partnership with Talk City 91.1 FM and TTT Limited, 28th of February at Napa, Port of Spain. Showtime, 8 p.m. sharp. Come see the funniest guys on the planet and the man who took social media by storm, Victor St. Louis, a.k.a. Pelp.
You know, things so hard right now in Trinidad. You know, a store in town, no fire, 2 mannequins.
All his funny friends. Kenneth Sipasa, the greatest storytime teller ever. Shaquille, Louis Spider-Man Antoine, Andrew Friday, The Saint.
Me, you know, first it's so expensive. I went and priced a plate there. You know, they're telling me $10,000 for a plate. I say, only I know sauces.
And Paniska is back.
Stop it, honey. Don't bring out the dog in me, you know. I better scrape you. Meow.
Get those tickets now. Ronnie and Caro, Mascap, Marabal Road, Port of Spain, Bruce Bar, St. Augustine, and IslandEtickets.com. For ticket hotlines, call 278-5892, 316-0814, 382-9986. Laugh till your belly bust.
There's some advice when you hear it, you know one time is good advice. My granny tell me a hot cup of good and natural ginger tea first thing in the morning does wonders for the body. Good and natural ginger tea in its single-size packets is excellent for flavoring your cooking, salads and desserts. But what was news for me is when my granny say a hot cup of good and natural ginger tea helps with nasal congestion and colds, stomach problems, migraine headaches, and it's really good for arthritis in the body. Made from freshly crushed ginger root to get that strong ginger taste and aroma so soothing. Good and natural ginger tea available with or without sugar, so all you need is boiling water to get a cup going. As the old people say, don't take flambeau to see in the night what you could see clear in the day. Good and natural ginger tea. Good advice to start your day right.
Hi there, I'm Lester Suklal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very hot topic. And that is the topic of that was the topic of the censorship. But I mean, you can still call us because we know there were other persons who were on the line, and while Mr. Laukata was talking, I'm waiting to get in to see whatever they had to say. And we still do have a problem entertaining, but we want to also discuss some other things that are happening. Let me take Mr. KFC, because I know he was one of them who was on the line before. Mr. KFC, good evening.
Good afternoon, Simoya.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Like the PLL get something to run with or what? The African community from Cambodia come out to try to defend black people now, and try to defend the young Calypsonian to say they edited that. Why people like to put us at a race that before God was allowed to sing about Eric Williams, they say all money come, all money go, and people still suffering, you get to. And the council voting PNM, East-West corridor lapidated, no proper schools. The emancipation community, they never have a village of their own. Because they all want about Satmara come out and cost and file free plan them. They have the Wali Naga, they have this, they have that, and PNM is a quote-unquote black party, not so?
You go ahead.
PNM only trying to show them and looking for low blow to show them the love black people. They want to call picture when the girl who sing, who in the monarch there, Becca to get picture. But she was back in that girl from Lavanti, Cream and Shea, showing all the love, because they was singing about the UNC. It's them who killed the Calypsonians. Because they're not leveling the playing field for the last 9 years. The Calypsonian attacking Rowley, so. You hear the last Bajan sing the truth about Rowley. They say last Bajan is a sellout. Them singing about the truth. Give them level the playing field and sing. Calypsonian, they're saying the government thin skin. They might have 1 or 2 ministers thin skin, but them saying them do a custom, them always singing about this thing and cussing them. You know that too. It's Calypsonian that tells when they're singing a song, that sing a nation building song, you're singing about the real issue going on in the country. And France said, I love that Calypsonian. I listen to the Calypso. He's singing about the issue and the Calypso real smooth and nice. And no one can listen to the Calypso. So next thing let's go on. You and see, don't care about who edited them and them are customer that. So all the people, give you a break now, Frank Carbon and all them, give you a break now, man. Fight for billion and land for the people and man. Bless.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you know, you say you listen to the Monarch. The Monarch, how many songs they sing? 1 or 2?
1 song.
Right, so you know long time, right?
Long time, it used to be 2.
You used to have 2 songs.
Yes.
So you could sing a political commentary
and a nation building, something.
Building,
yeah.
all that kind of thing. That has changed. So the Calypso...
I miss that. That for me, because I'm not a mass person.
Time has evolved.
So I miss that.
You know, all those things change. So maybe you have, I mean, if... I don't know what to say.
But you see why I don't want to remove, you said something about removing the competition element. That is where people bring out their best creativity, but note that it is expensive. It's expensive. You have to go and find dancers, and you have to find backup singers, and you know, all the props and stuff. That is what, for me, I missed. Because yes, I appreciate the whole nation building, but you know, the antics and the creativity of it. I really was expecting to hear something about Venezuela and, you know, how people interpret that scenario to be. And the fact that it didn't happen, for me, it says that something happened on the low. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that, you know, the creativity that we expected, it wasn't there. And to me, that was a bit disappointing. You know, give them an opportunity to express it in a clean way. I think you can change, you can make the rules clear that there should be no disrespect to the Prime Minister, no disrespect to any minister. Speak about the issue in a creative way.
If you say that will be censorship.
Well,
what I'm saying is, if this thing is if we're in a free country and we are able to sing, you were saying something during the break where you talk about some statement that Alexander made about putting things up on the thing about the police.
Yeah, if you put video recordings of the police, you know, you could get yourself in some trouble.
What challenge you could get into? I want to ask on public. What challenge you could get into?
Well, maybe we'd love to have him on to express that.
What challenge you get? It's a free country.
That's correct.
And a judge even indicated, in the absence of what the government should be doing, if you see something wrong happening with the police, you film it. What's wrong about that? So I mean, if what you saying there is not censorship, then I don't know. That is and even putting it the way you putting it, saying that you could sing about it, but you can't call this person name.
No, I don't want to say you can't call the name. Censorship. No, but I believe that there could be a way if the issue is disrespect, because you were saying earlier, people don't feel comfortable going to the tents because they feel disrespected. I am saying we can have guidelines to the extent that other people's integrity is not destroyed because of the creativity of the thing. Allow people to find creative ways to bring the issues up, you know, to the front without making people feel insulted.
Well, yes.
That's the point that I'm making. That is not censorship. That's guidelines.
But that will have to be a personal. That will have to be a personal decision by the singer, because then, I mean, if the general listenership find what you're singing to be offensive, then
I hear you on that.
You wouldn't go no way anyway.
Okay, the best example I could give you, Karina Shea, when she won Calypso Monarch and she sang Uncle Jack.
Let me take this call. This call. Good evening, caller.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Just came in, you know, and heard the KFC man. And here the lady said, you know, we should. And then you pointed out that is going to be censored. Because I could remember they tell Dr. Rowley mother this. Dr. Rowley wife, they give an Indian policeman. They made calypsos off of Dr. Rowley in the past 10 years. So I don't know what they're talking about censorship now, that we shouldn't sing about the Prime Minister. That is what calypso is about. And if you feel, you know something? Let me point one thing out to you, man. There's a word that for years, for decades in Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Eric Williams used a word. And a group of people hold that as something racist, and what Dr. Eric Williams said to them. I spoke to a lawyer and she told me the very same thing. I said, but you know what he means? Why would you interpret it? And that word is called
recalcitrant minority. Well, it means it really, recalcitrants really mean people who not really
non-cooperative.
Non-cooperative.
Right. And Hindu people or East Indian people taught that single word up to this. I call a radio station 3 years ago. And the man cut me off and said I am offending people. And now he is no longer there. I can call the same radio station and use the words, and there are those who would call and say that they feel offended. So, ma'am, don't care how you put it, how you phrase it.
People still
there would be a group of people who do not like Calypso. And when they talk about Indian people don't go to the tent no more, they was going to the tent because Calypsonian at that time had only one group of politicians to sing about, was the PNM. So they used to sing on the PNM. But when Basdeo Pandey won election and Coco started to sing and Sugar Alo started to sing about what they did, they stopped going to the tent because they felt offended, just the same way about the road recalcitrant. How are you to change that? So in Trinidad and Tobago, PNM say they're going to help MOVA. The East Indian population say that is racism. The PNM only helping one group of people. And then they come with equal opportunities bill. Pandey made a statement at one time there's not enough East Indians in the police service. So when they want to talk this race talk, I'm not fighting race to get my... Right now, presently, the PRO of the party said to us here we're going on. Indian people have been up. Right in 2026 or 2025, said to us that East Indian people are being oppressed. The Catholics and the Anglicans keep them under oppression. And it's time for them to rise themselves now. What does that mean? If the PRO saying that, when the Prime Minister could tell us that in PNM constituency there are crime and this and that and the other, then if the Prime Minister is saying it, so when they put Zozo, what happened to be? We talking this talk, but this talk is about race, is about changing the perception of Trinidad and Tobago, because when you hear the word Trinidad and Tobago, you hear steel pan. When you hear steel pan, you think African. When you hear Trinidad and Tobago, you hear Miss Penny Commission, African. You hear about Hazy Crawford, African. Brian Lara. These things are not my fault. These are just how the history has been written. So are they trying to, they drink so much of chum juice, they're trying to do the same thing. Just the day before yesterday, a group of people went a matter in court in America that Trump was taking down all historical artifacts that had to do with slavery. And these people won the matter and was able to keep these things in check. This is what happening right here in Trinidad and Tobago. I saw a man get cut off on a Calypso tent and saw two other people on a radio station, and a man come to tell them, hey, they cut them off, and look like, and stop. Was it WAC, whatever radio station? So how you could tell me? And you know what it was? I saw my former member of parliament, he's a doctor, telling a Calypsonian, Bungie darling, hey, stay away from the road march, because Marshall Montano is a UNC and he don't win. Lo and behold, Marshall moved from band to band to sing. And when the actual, when Crazy had done that, they passed a law that you can't do that. When they asked the man, they say, well, we changed the rules in January. So what that tells you? IWER, enjoy evening, Mr. Matterson, snake oil, and good evening, ma'am. Be careful, ma'am. Yes. Don't try to bottle that thing that Mr. Matterson is telling us, please.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, we have to appreciate all the perspectives, We have to appreciate it. I am just saying, Stephen, that some things appear to be a certain way. And Ronaldo likes to talk about the optics. I am saying that I am missing, for me, I miss the creativity hearing about the political calypsos.
Maybe because I was so far removed from the calypso this year, I didn't even know who sang what. The normal suspects in the whole thing, what they sang, I didn't know.
It was good. Everybody did their best.
I was more, when you go in things like Stink and Dirty and that kind of thing, you're listening to soca.
Mr. Matterson, I have to caution you with that. I think you should be appreciating the calypso art form at this stage in your life.
No, I do appreciate it. Yesterday I was singing a song by Brigo.
Right. I know Brigo, I don't know his music.
He sang a song, it's a bad thing when a man wants more than one wife. This Obia man, he need to take my life. A voodoo man tell me they have my name in the cemetery. They put my family against me just so. He said last week Saturday, she gave me my breakfast. I threw it away. A dog was passing the same time. It smelly food and start a wine.
Wow.
A voodoo man, tell
I
me.
miss that kind of thing.
They have my name in the cemetery.
I know that song. I know
they
that
put
song.
my family against me just so. That's
Very good, very good. You know, descriptions and you know things very interesting.
Let me take this call. Good evening, caller.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Your phone given
the echo.
Serious echo.
All right, I guess he will call back.
He'll call back. Yeah, he wasn't getting it there at all. Yeah. Yeah, so the thing is, I mean, there was some really, really nice song when Shadow sang about poverty is hell.
Yes.
All them nice music.
Yep.
Even Aloes and
oh God, I miss
Kokro, they had some really nice creative songs. I mean,
that's what I'm
even
saying.
though it brought out certain things.
But it was creative.
It was creative.
So
right?
before we went on the break, I was telling you about Corinne Ashe's song that she won a Calypso Monarch with the Minister of Everything, and she was singing about Uncle Jack.
Right.
No, I mean, it isn't just because really and truly he used to be in everybody's source. But he appreciated it because, yes, it was comical. But, you know, he felt he took it as, you know, you're seeing me in a positive light. You're seeing all the things I'm able to do. It was funny. It was, you know, we making the little banter and so on, but I appreciated the way she brought over her message. So I am saying you can do it in a respectful manner. You don't have to insult people, but talk about the issues. We laugh at people all the time here in Trinidad. So, you know, everything is a joke.
No, I mean,
make it like that, make it light.
Our culture, but my whole thing, and sorry if I came across as biased. My whole thing is that I agreed with the Prime Minister with what she said in explaining. Okay, she said, if all let's find a thing,
sponsor the tent,
support it and go to the tent.
Let me ask you something. Who sponsors the Chutney Soca Monarch?
Well, they are all sponsored.
They have their investors and
right.
No, the government will give some contribution, but I would like to believe.
But you know the government with I think with NCC or whatever they have some kind of sponsorship with the tent something too.
Look at that. Let me say this very cautiously. Do we have African people with the means to...
Come no man, don't go there no man.
Oh, but I'm just asking a question.
Yeah. Good evening, caller.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Martinson and Ms. Simoya.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I've been around for some time. I used to visit the tents. And after the demise of what we call the calypsos, those sort of, how we call it, classic calypsos, classic calypsonians. There's some people like Stalin, Valentino, right? You have people like, he died recently, I think is Explainer. All these people, and those calypsonians, after the demise of calypso, the tents were empty, obliterated. Nobody go. I used to go tents.
Yeah.
And I stopped going tents because I'm not an East Indian. But it was ridiculous.
Wow. Wow.
It was ridiculous. And calypsonians would tell you, those veteran calypsonians would tell you, that is the songs and they blame certain calypsonians because they ran the politicians, had them in their hands. They were like political mercenaries, you know.
Wow. Now that is important for us to know because again I don't know about these tents and what they sing, but is there some validity to that, which is why this is happening? No,
I'm telling you, I have a friend, a personal friend who tell me
and Calypsonians was saying, just as Mr. Moya was saying, that they lack the creative genius in them to actually you could sing a calypso and you could attack, but people talk about the double entendre and all that. They were very raw. They were raw with it. They were quite open with it. They couldn't care. And they're the ones who brought about their own demise. And today, they're trying to rebuild and resuscitate the calypso industry after being dead for how long. And those the very set people who telling you about this one and censorship and whatnot, the East Indians would have, and rightfully so, you're not going to attend to be insulted. And to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
So they stop, and other African people and other people of you had, when you go to a tent, you see You see the true rainbow. You see the sort of pure nature, the rainbow nation. And everybody went there. The upper class, the middle class. And they moved away. And the tents remained empty. 2 people, 3 people, 10 people. Because and those people who went behind, who sang for politicians, they were rewarded, you know. They got millions of dollars. They give them the first prize, and all nobody said that they're cheating. People are asking how they reached there to the same thing, because this thing is not today. And today, when it appears that these people are moving out of the morass that they found themselves for the 10 years, you have very sad people, they come back and pushing them back into that same vein. So they would never recover. And the very sad people are not going in the tent, you know. They're not going in the tent. Because if the East Indians move out from the tent, well, then the Africans could go to the tent. You know, people have to be real in this country, and people have to not be hypocrites and deceitful. You have to face, and the people who would tell you that the people who lived through that period. And then you have people just politicizing the whole thing with propaganda. And one thing I want to clarify with respect to this Equal Opportunity Commission. In plural society, in multicultural society, Mr. Madison would know that, and you would know that, because you must have done sociology and politics at UWE. You have imbalances and inequalities and whatnot that may arise, and it creates tension within the society, and therefore you put an Equal Opportunity Commission to protect
balance, to
discrimination and that kind of thing. That's why you put it, and if you have in South Africa, you have it in England, you have it in Canada. So just to call a few, because of the nature of the society and the potential for discrimination and people feeling that they're not treated fairly and all that, because of race, because of religion, because of that. And that is so. When I hear somebody talking recently about a Pandey thing and bring, I mean, they don't understand. Let me don't get. I'm not going there. But the point. The other thing I'm talking about this Calypso business, and the fact remains is that TTT is saying that listening was a glitch, technical glitch. I don't know. You don't know. The population don't know. The public don't know. Right? And the fact that we don't know, we became, a lot of us became suspicious. But suspicion is not fact. Suspicion, you could be suspicious, but that's fact. There's no evidence. There was no inquiry. This is why Campbell and them trying to extend the thing now to say that they want to have inquiry. Because it's an inquiry, based on an inquiry, you'll be able to find out exactly what which I feel, is a waste of time. But the point I'm making here is that we don't know. You would have your suspicion. I may have my suspicion, but there's no fact, there's no evidence. It is not fact. To be suspicious is not to be factual. So I am not going there. I'm not going down that road. And the fact remains is this: they spin the thing in such a way to make you believe that the man sang and the fact the man was not affected in terms of his song and his presentation. He was never affected by that or impacted by that. It is the audience of those people who view this TTT. But you go to this YouTube and those other radio stations and whatnot that carry the thing. It was heard.
See,
so, and this question of censorship, the fact if you censor people Calypso, I don't know. I don't know. Probably for that moment, you say you censor it for that moment. But the fact remains, on the Monday, I listened to one of those friendly opposition radio stations, and they played every day. Whole day Monday they playing that. Right. Whole day today they playing that with Atabanka. Right? So I don't know where they're trying to create. They're trying to get something to hold on to. You hold on to the radar in Tobago, hold on to Trump and bombing boat and all kind of nonsense to create basa in this country. People wake up in this place, and Calypso, those young Calypsonians, don't follow these people and them. All they will do is use you and leave you on your wayside. Trust me. Right? And if they want to help you people, let them come to your tent. all they do is radio and all about the place and busybody all about the place, creating mischief. Go in the tents.
Right.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Martin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, that calypso we just play at the start of the show. I never knew about that.
That's
The Gavaska thing.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know anything about it, but it was so nice. When I went, I said, this Gavaska thing is, you know, I said, but this man is singing about Indian cricket. It's really nice. So
But come on.
I love that. I love that.
Good evening, caller. Good evening, caller.
Good evening, brother and sister on the live. Share. So I would like to use this opportunity this evening to say what a marvelous season we just passed over the Friday to Tuesday.
Yeah.
And thanks to all the visitors who had come to our shows and enjoy. And I hope to leave with very happy memories. And there were
a lot of them.
Yeah. Until the next one, to come back to Dago Carnival in August. So,
September.
and Brother Steve.
October.
Huh?
No, I think that's in October.
October, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Sorry, Ronnie. I started to be corrected. So, Brother Steve, you know, what I like, since I was growing up, they say changes is imminent. But to accept change is by choice.
Yes.
Right? So, you know what I like? We had different categories with the old fellas and the old stalwarts and them who said that he was in Maracas Day and I said that beast thing the woman and that way he was covering she. Right? And he was going zoom.
You remember that calypso? Simo, yeah? That was a Kitchener. Zoom.
Yeah.
I don't know that song.
Sweet beast, yeah. Right. Right? And then I never eat a white meat yet.
I know about that. That's sparrow, ain't it? I know about that one.
Right. And plenty tempo down the road.
That's rose.
Give me more. Yeah. Right?
Tempo.
And then the doctor say that what the minister say, I can say on this stage today. You know who said that one, Brother Steve?
That was
It's along the line.
That was Sparrow?
No, that was Chucky.
Oh, Chuck.
It's somewhere along the line, the doctor say.
Yeah, Chuck Bus, yeah.
Yeah, right. So you remember those days, right?
Yeah, I remember that. Very good.
That's how we younger like. So, then after now, when the nice song, the lady on the side of your light, the sparrow song, right? Soul Fish. Then you see now, the young people stay there for us to dinosaur. Because when Shadow say, boy, you're walking anyway, you're looking for horn. Then for us say, that means dinosaur. So you want something that we could shake everybody as young people and jump up and think. They say, okay, we have it, we call it groovy, we call it this, and we call it that for young people. So happen, the older folks, the pioneers and them, live peacefully and yet still deliver to the modernization. So that's what we come to understand. But the ancestors didn't hand it down and the followers, you didn't get the popularity. So I will say something on your station now. You remember your boss, he says Marshall Monday, Cash Tuesday, and here we relax himself on a Thursday and tell you boat ride. Now, everybody had a time. Yeah. So that's seasonal, right? People support who they want. So, when we had that kind of season, people think, and you don't appeal them to come out, right? And to pull the crowd. Is not the supporters, is what you're delivering, right?
Correct.
So now, last year Marshall win. I hear no confusion. $3 billion hit in the central bank, a computer error. They killed that within a month time and 2 days. But a glitch on a Calypsonian
right? And now you're hearing it had other media shows recording that, you know, we could get it. But you know, some years ago, 2 years or 2 years, Carnival come back on the scene. You know, nobody are talking about the tell the artists no political commentary. This year, we will entertain no political commentary. I wonder who was in power at that time. But anyway, the artists and them have the copyright, so that after they die, the family can get us 75 years of royalty, and they will enjoy themselves. So this government is working for preserving culture. And one thing, see that, the sponsorship. Do you know that in a government under the UNC, they tell the public, the conglomerates and them, that if you sponsor, you can write it off in tax. As a journalist and a talk show host, find out if they have anything like that again to promote the culture and when it went dead. President, good evening. Love you all. And let me share the love again as they go. We're moving forward.
Thank you, Kola. Yeah? And that was well said. I mean,
absolutely.
The thing is understanding the culture. And what's happening here actually is, I mean, this is a perennial thing. This kind of discussion that we have in here every year, this happens every year. It doesn't matter who is in office. You have who would say that there was some kind of bacchanal in the Calypso and in the Carnival. And this happens to be one of them. The thing is, it will continue. So, you know, when you consider everything that is going on, I remember in another piece of controversy in the Carnival was the controversy with the ladies being given toys. Let me take this call. Good evening, caller. Good evening, caller. You're live?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. Well, this controversy, what I have to say, I'll make it short. Opera music started in Italy. That's an Italy thing. Although it has some African that sing opera. But that is started in Italy. Now, I'm African. I just literally pull up Indian music and listen to it. I go to a few Jose. I go to a few chutney, not chutney, until chutney soca. Calypso is an African thing. Regardless if they like it or not. You know that, just to say, anybody could sing. Whether you're white, Chinese, but the base is African. Coming to the 10th, after they bring politics and social commentary to Calypso 10, people start to run. Bottom line, I could tell you that. They don't have a variety. Everybody wants to write a song, compose a song to go to the mass graph. That's the aim. You understand? They're not focusing on humor. They're not focusing on nothing else. Nothing suggestive. You understand? So the majority of the composers want to go, if you think you have something for the masquerade, you have something. So how many, you go to a tent to listen to 10 Calypsonians singing social commentary. After you hear the first two, you have enough. You understand? I don't mind you having social commentary and political song, the tent, you know. But keep it to a minimum. You understand? You want some humor, you want some pan song, you want to get different, you must have that. That in Spoiler them, they sing about the moon and Mama Look My Boo Boo Day and all those different, you go to a tent to hear all those things. Well, now you go to a tent after one politics, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the same topic. Is to sing on the government. I agree with that. If they lie, sing on them. If you talk the truth, sing about it. If your man calypso is like that, if a calypsonian know you get horn, he will just sing about that. If you know that your wife is good and you are good man, they sing about that. So keep yourself straight if you don't want to be in calypso. Bottom line, I'll make it very short. Straight up. Don't look for it. You will get it raw. One day you'll go find it in it. Just as you say, they will sing it. So all that talk about make it, waste of time. Forget it. If you're going to sing what people say, or what the government do, or what the government didn't do, say it straight. Don't put lots of punches. That's all. Because they say, we hear it, we see it. We hear it, we see it. So we go put a sweet melody to it, with some nice music, and sing it. Straight up. So if they're talking publicly. So when they realize they make a blunder, they don't want to hear it no more? No, man. No. You let somebody else come on.
Yeah, I agree with your caller. Thank you. So Simoya, here what I want to ask. What is our pleasure industry?
Well, I want to know. And I don't even think I'm the right person to be answering that question.
No, I mean, I saw an article.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I saw an article in the Express newspapers on that was the 17th, was what, Monday? And it talked about TNT's pleasure industry thriving. Trinidad and Tobago pleasure industry is thriving according to the head of a local lounge specializing in adult lifestyle experiences. Located in the heart of San Fernando, the X Lounge offers patrons privacy and carefully curated experience tailored to the lifestyle sector. This is not a fly-by-night operation. Every detail was carefully planned, he said, requesting anonymity so that his past as a politician or a parliamentarian does not overshadow the launch mission. X-Lounge officially opened its doors on March 31st last year. This is something that has been around since a while now. Right? X-Lounge is a pleasure lounge. It wasn't created as a stunt or a seasonal carnival place, but rather engaged from observing the many TNT nationals were traveling abroad to participate in adult lifestyle experiences where such spaces are structured, regulated, and discreet, he said. And the insight was simply the activity already exists. The question is whether it will operate in a controlled, adult-only, safety-driven environment or informal, unregulated spaces. The X-Lounge was conceptualized as a private membership club based, environmental focused, and so on content, direction, and adult anatomy, because we are very big on creating safe spaces. Now, I want to stop there, but the thing is, what is X-Lounge?
That's all I want to know. What services are you providing? God is not pleased with that.
Well, I mean,
God is not pleased at all.
We don't know it. It didn't really say anything here, except that
the obvious is that it is adults. What is that? Adult fun?
No. I mean, come on. Let's try and Tobago. All over the world, you go to clubs where you see women dancing.
So something of like
without
that.
clothes, but that's not what they're saying here. That's not what they're saying here. They're not saying that.
But when you think about adult fun, you're thinking strip clubs and likes, things surrounding that.
But
do we need that in Trinidad right now?
Why not? I mean, you are Christian, but there are people who just go to clubs and
no, I understand, and this is not so much about me.
All over the world, you have that.
Yeah, like I understand. Well, I don't know if I hear about red light district. I don't know what it is. If it's an actual
so
place.
When you go to places like Amsterdam and thing, I mean, you see women in showcase.
So that's what red light district is.
Yeah, that's red light district. But the thing is, I don't know. I still understand from reading there what really it is.
It's you know, they're leaving some to the imagination. You could assume.
I don't know if you ever heard about Number 5. There's a particular club called Number 5 in Trinidad. Plenty of people don't know about it.
Okay.
But it's a club that where you go. Let me take this call. Good evening, caller.
Good evening. I believe in Trinidad. Well, I'm listening to the reading in already there. And I'm trying to conceptualize what it actually means. But to me, it is leading in a particular direction. I do believe that we, in Trinidad, we should not follow everything the world follow or other country follow. For instance, this thing where the band leader, all the people tribe give to
their patrons the rose.
Yes.
Right.
I believe that was real insulting to our women, adult or what, not only to our women, but also to our family. I don't know if you have daughters, Mr. Mattis.
Yes, I do.
Right. Think about your 20-year-old daughter or your 18-year-old daughter or your wife going by costume to play a part. And
I don't even want to think about that.
Well, we have to think about it. And those things were given to your innocent children. What would you think about it? Given to your wife, given to your daughters. Now, I listen to on other media, they say, well, people make so much a fuss about it. Nobody didn't use that in town, or the police ain't catching nobody using that. That is not the message. You know what is the message? I am giving you this. Take it home and try it out. I am introducing this to you.
Well, the carnival done, so plenty of them probably trying it out now.
Right. And you know what they are doing? They are eroding the fabric of the family. They have given our mothers, our daughters, our children something which is unnatural, which will interfere with the family, interfere with reproduction, corrupt their mind, and put them in a state of mind which we may not even know how far they will go from there. And they done strip our ladies. There's so much naked mass. They done strip our ladies. And you see all those women and they who were in town naked carnival, they would not put on that clothes and go in the gallery and sit down in the veranda and sit down because they do not want their neighbor to see them in that manner. But they will go before the world and parade before the world naked. Why? Because of the spirit that carnival brings. They will go on the beach and parade themselves naked, but they wouldn't come out so right in the yard and go in the back outside for something because they know it is delegating. We ought to see further than we are seeing now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. This is the first call on this that I agree 100%. Right? my position on what my position on when I heard about the what was given to the masqueraders, while I would have said it was a position of choice. I mean, you have a choice, but I think it was kind of out of place to introduce that to Carnival, right? Yeah. Because I mean, people use it anyway, all the time. But doing it in that kind of overt way, and introducing it in that way, I found it to be very, very disrespectful, right? I don't know if that happens in Brazil or wherever that happens, but I find that to be very, very disrespectful. I didn't think we needed to do that.
Yeah, right? and that's how I feel like there are some things that's not needed. I think it's already touching a very thin line with the whole sexual nature.
Because you hear the question the gentleman asked, how do you feel about that being given to your daughter? Or your wife?
Yeah, because you just want to experience the culture, go out there and be free and have a fun time. That's not the same thing as sex.
But the thing is, on the question of the ex-launch that we were just talking about, reading about, to me, these things exist.
Yeah, it does.
This person probably got an opportunity to promote the bar or whatever on television, on newspapers. But these things exist. These things exist a long time in different forms. Yeah. Right? And there are a lot of places where you could go and enjoy a different kind of activities, not necessarily sex or anything like that. I mean, of course, you could meet somebody and you could pay, or you could decide to make a choice to go and do that, that kind of thing. But I don't know. I still don't understand from reading the article what it was, what kind of activity they were selling there, what it was really. If it was just
because he's saying it's not a brothel,
right?
So if it's not a brothel, then is it a space for people to just come and watch?
Maybe.
Because
I don't know if you ever hear about those kind of swingers bar and swingers.
I've heard of it,
right?
And we don't have that here in Trinidad.
We do have that.
So then, if we already have that, then for me, just writing this article kind of makes it.
We do have that. I'm well aware that there is one somewhere in the east called Number 5.
Well, you mentioned that. Well, then if that is
it's private space, but it's like a members club kind of thing.
Which is what this appears to be as well.
I don't know if that is what that was.
So then why put that out there? Just wondering. Because those people have their crowd. To me, the swinger people, they all know where they gather. Why do you need to put that out there?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Because to me, it will just attract unnecessary attention, criticism. You're going to have a whole thing made out of that, especially coming out of this whole carnival situation. So if you have your crowd, why advertise it? Just say it.
Well,
because it's not a service that is family friendly, community friendly. That's, you want a certain crowd. So
you would be surprised. The things people want, or the things people look for Trinidad and Tobago, because Trinidad and Tobago people are well traveled. They know what and see certain things out there, and some of them see it here to some extent and want to experience it. So it is not a question of whether or not we could introduce something like that here. Those things
it already exists. So that's what I'm saying. Those things already exist. I think that drawing attention to it will.
Let me take this caller.
Let me hear what somebody else have to say.
Good evening, caller.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I just want to ask a question. When the Calypsonian's mic was muted, right?
No, his mic wasn't
Didn't
muted.
the judges...
The broadcast just came off on this radio station.
The broadcast on the radio station was kind of... fell out.
Didn't the judges still get to hear
the song?
The performance?
Yes, I was reliably informed, yes.
So what is the brouhaha all about?
Well,
I mean...
Well, we don't know.
if the guy was performing and there's a broadcast of the entire show on television, and for whatever reason, I guess he didn't win the crown also, right? Terry Lyons won.
Yeah.
So if his performance was not muted or affected,
would it have made a difference? Would it have made a difference?
In the presence of the people who was in the grandstand and the judges, then what's the big brouhaha? Because let me say this. I'm no fan of no red jersey or yellow jersey. But you could know about mischievousness. Well, the yellow jersey people who was looking at TTT, I guess they would have suffered the same consequence. And no matter what anybody say about the yellow jersey side, they're still loyal. And all the red jersey who was looking at the show, they all missed out. And what would have happened if they heard what was muted or not? I don't know what the big brouhaha all about. I'm trying to really figure this out.
Yeah, we too.
Now that he put it that way, it makes sense because...
And let me say this, huh?
Go ahead.
We have bigger fish to fry. Let me give you a big fish to fry. They're issuing tickets for big money. But every evening, you go by the St. James taxi stand, and what you're seeing, I've not seen any age cards there. So, I guess, taking passengers without the proper insurance is now legal and lawful. So you're enforcing things like people who parked, but in the evening, and wrecking cars, but in the evening, peek all over the place. What kind of selective enforcement is that? We have bigger fish to fry. And you need to fix the road before you start to do these draconian measures. We have bigger fish to fry. I hope tomorrow you come back and bring up that issue.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because as I said, you know, I've been around a while now. And when I say I've been around. You know, I know what's available and what's not.
Yeah.
And we have some things here in Trinidad that all who need to know knows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right? You know,
so
all
I don't
who
think
need
that's
to know.
necessary.
No, I didn't know about that one. That one is out of my.
I think they could have shared that with Indian networks. That didn't have to come out in the public.
But there are that songs to me like one of them one of those number 5.
Yeah,
south.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. That's,
so
that's
and that was from my information because I've never been to it. The number 5. But it's a swingers club. It's a membership club.
Yeah.
It's a swingers club. You go. You sit down, you lime, you drink, whatever. I mean, people there from where you could choose to be without clothes if you want. You could choose to be with clothes.
Jesus,
right?
Lord have mercy.
And you entertain yourself, you entertain your eyes and that kind of thing. So those things exist.
Yeah.
In Trinidad, albeit they are private.
Yeah.
And according to what the article was saying, they fall within the law and that kind of thing. But I don't know what was the purpose of this particular article?
Yeah.
But it was just brought to my attention, and I just wanted to
get a sense, how people feel about it.
To hear what people have to say about it. In light of, there seemed to be, and Nicole, I was right, there seems to be a kind of degradation, a kind of breakdown, a kind of, we kind of slippery.
Yeah, we towing the line on too many things.
We're going down a particular road Not that it wasn't there, but we started to get very public about it.
And that's my issue.
And that is the concern that a lot of persons will have with respect to these things. But ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end of the show. And certainly we want to entertain you tomorrow with similar topics, if not the same thing. And we really look forward. You have been a very, very good audience. We want to look forward to a great show tomorrow also. So in the meanwhile, you have a good night and see you tomorrow.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood." Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Nature's Touch Massage Therapy and Nutrition and Nature's Touch Youth Health Caravan invites you to join us live on the Street 919 FM every second and fourth Friday morning from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We are located at number 3, 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. For further information, please call or WhatsApp the numbers 398-8282 or our office numbers 241-7568 and 310-8671. Remember, at Nature's Touch, your health is our responsibility.
You want to find